Well, good morning. Happy mandatory Monday. Gulfstream Park. Well, we're at August 3rd. Best bet did good yesterday. Exactors 10-1. I think the best bet try paid about 28-1. So it was a great vertical bet there. I appreciate you all joining. Feel free to drop any comments or questions in the chat, but we'll get through this. We got 30 minutes to first post. So we'll try to do this in about 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to make it kind of a little bit quicker today. They are off the turf, FYI, if you haven't seen that. So, um, uh, I won't spend too much time on this first race. We'll watch the race sim. There was a couple scratches. The 7, I don't think really fit. The 5 was a player and scratched out. Um, I didn't have a strong opinion in the first leg. So I'd be spread here. I was 1-2-4 if narrow, but if not narrow, I would look at adding many others. I really didn't have a strong opinion. Even when it was on the turf, I still didn't have a strong opinion. But maybe the one can surprise at a price. That's what I had on top. You can see on the race sim, they're all right there. So 1, 2, 4, 9 for me, narrow, and then 3 and 6 is deep spread. So we won't spend any more time though. Let's keep rolling because that's tough race. Race 2, I have the 1 on top. I was 1, and then maybe 4 or 6. I did think the 2 just majestic is a vulnerable favorite, so just FYI there. Actually, the 1 was the favorite, so sorry about that. But I wasn't really a fan of the 2, but the 1 might be a single. But outside that, I was 1-4-6. Not really strong opinion. I mean, it's a main 12-5 claimer. The 1's taking just a massive drop out of maiden special weight. It's a pretty big drop. It's not a great group here. And coming from maiden special all the way down to 12-5 is the biggest drop you're going to get. But it looks better than this group. Maybe the 4-6 could surprise at a price, but not the greatest 12-5 maiden claiming group. So the drop might just be that's all needed for the 1. See they've all been running, but from a genetic strength rating, there's some weak ones here, including the 2. So let's keep rolling. So here's the start of the pick 6. I don't even know if I'm gonna play it. We'll see. That would be my pick 6 ticket. I didn't really find a single, and I don't love that, but I don't mind because it's just some races where I thought it was just a 1 or 2 horse race. So if we start in race 3, I was 4-3-1 here. I was against Cami Gall for Mr. Sano. I know leading rider Sammy Camacho. Him and Diego both tied with 74 wins now. So just FYI on that front, both having great meets. But the 1 could be tough on the lead advanced out front. That's a big pace advantage of about 25 points. But if they come closing, it's the 3 or the 4. So I thought it was between those 3. Try to get away from the 6, who might be a bit of a short price. You can see the 4-1 E morning line. The 3 look like then the 4 the 2 closers, I thought. So what I say, 4-3-1 race. So we did get some scratches here. I wasn't really a fan of To the East Side. That would be a vulnerable favorite, 2-1. Mish would be my top pick. Mario Gutierrez back in town today to ride. He was here last Monday as well, but Nashumi, the speed, I think on the main track here, it's one of them, 3 or 6. But again, I didn't have a strong opinion. Vasquez, Hurtak comes with a strong SOR, strength of race or class figure for Mish. 1-62 lost out, is beaten tougher than these. And then the 6 horse off the claim for David Fox, hitting at 25% at the meet, takes a drop, was in this last race with the 1 who scratched out. But I thought it was between those 2 in race 4. Race 5, a lot of these horses have been facing each other. I put Eaton on top. I thought this horse might get a good trip. I thought this was a competitive race. Navy Cross and Space Launch are going to take a lot of money. There is some speed here on the synthetic. So, and again, this race was originally carded for the Tapita, so nothing changed there. But there is some speed up front, but I'm not sure how fast they go. And I think that's why I make Navy Cross tough. Corta Fuego also a player. But I was 5.74 if narrow. If you deep spread, I added the 3 and 8. So you'll see in my pick six, I was trying to beat the chalk here. I mean, some people get a single probably Navy Cross, but Corta Fuego fits. You can see it's a very competitive race. They've all been kind of at this 10K claiming level. They've all been kind of facing each other. So, it's nobody totally stands out, and with them being, off the turf, I didn't see. I'm assuming they must have got rain. This was originally carded, but you might get some speed up front. Somebody might close. I thought Eaton. I mean, you look back at the back four has been, didn't break necessarily the best here. I think we'll get some pace today. So I think this horse might be able. The extra half furlong should help after the mile 70. It has run well at 8.5, has run well on the Tapita. I think fits versus this group. And again, you might get a bit of a contentious pace. I'm not sure how hot they go, but I don't know. I was trying to catch a price here. Race 6. I thought it was a 2-horse race. This is off the turf, but there's a ton of speed in this race. You can look on the pace figures. This 5, 6, and 7 all have a ton of speed. I thought the 5 was the one that, from a speed perspective, I thought had a little bit of interest, but I just narrowed to the 2 closers. They come from the strongest strength of race, Height of the Roy and Royally Blue. And with all that speed, they also have the strongest genetic strength rating. They run really well at 5. I think somebody going to come off the pace, So it was, for me, it was a decision on race 5 and 6. Okay. But I ultimately just narrowed down to the 1 and 8. Thought one of them gets off the pace. You get the 2 leading jocks at the meet, Sammy Camacho and Diego Herrera. So that's what I thought would happen in race 6. Race 7, I mean, it looked a little bit chalky to me, just from my perspective. But I also, again, I didn't really find a single. So this looked like Guns Loaded, a classic, of course. The Big Cone runner. Kind of disappointed last out. Keith was in town to ride, but today Torrealba jumps aboard. But Keith had rode last out when he was here back in the 4th of July. But Safi got Guns Loaded as well. Second time out, they take blinkers off last out. They keep them off. I think with Wistucky, I just didn't trust the 1 and the 4, and I thought Pure Class, that actually would be a vulnerable favorite too. I just noticed that, so I'll have to update that on the sheet. But at 9-5 for Pure Class, I just didn't love the early speed of Wistucky with Ocasio and DeBona. Had been facing faced the 3 and the 4 here. I just thought the 5 and 6 might be better in race 7. Yeah, there's only 8 race cards, so the pick 6 ends there. Citizen of London, I think, looks like a live firster for Toner. I didn't get a chance to really hear much about on the morning show from Gulfstream. Usually I try to listen in, but been busy, and so I thought maybe it was a live firster in the 5. But I was 21596. I didn't have an opinion. The 9, I think, is live at a price for D'Angelo. This horse getting over to the Tapita. And then I think the 1 and 2 could, the 1 cash bonus up front, the 2 could sit the trip for Tarek Mauerbach Mav rides. So, I liked our card yesterday a little bit better, but that'd be the pick 6 if you're gonna play it. I believe there's I don't think it got hit yesterday for a jackpot, so it probably is a small carryover, free money, so it makes a lot of sense. But that 120 is where I would be, and again, I wouldn't invest too much for me because it did look a little bit chalky. The late races that were narrow were kind of favorites, so. But you might pay a little bit, but I don't think it's going to pay gigantic today. Early pick 5, you might find a little bit of value there too. All right, y'all. I gotta get back to the day job. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Good luck today if you're gonna play at Gulfstream Park. We got about 20 minutes to first post. I will let you all go. We will be back next Saturday. I think we have a couple more mandatory Mondays as well. So I appreciate y'all joining. Chat soon.